Hello and welcome. Today, I'll be talking about monitoring usage in ExactPath. We know that understanding how and when a program is utilized is key to ensuring the fidelity of your investment. And ExactPath offers a simple report called the Learning Path Progress Report to help you do just that. In this quick video, I'll show you how to pull and analyze that report to review how ExactPath is being used by your students. Without further ado, let's dig in. I am logged in as an administrator at the moment. This report is available to teachers as well, with some small modifications that I will call out as we go along. I will start by making sure I'm in the reports area by clicking this button here at the top, and then from there, dig into skills report. The specific report I'm reviewing today is the Learning Path Progress Report. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Now I have a series of options here in this modal to help customize my report. Right here at the top for my report type, I see summary and I see detail. The summary is going to aggregate all the specific data elements together into a single set of metrics for each student. So each student basically gets a line of summary data. Detail, on the other hand, when I select that, I notice that I'm going to be able to choose my students when I get down here to the bottom. That's because detail is going to allow you to pull the highly detailed data for each specific learner, broken down by each individual activity that they completed. I'm going to go ahead and pivot back to summary. I know summary is a very popular choice here, and I'm going to go ahead and show that for my example. Below that, I need to choose my academic year. This could be a school year, could be a summer session. It's however you have set up your academic years. And then I'm going to go ahead and select my date range, which is pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this report for about a 3-week span here in April. Below that, I can select my subjects. Do I want to look at math, reading, language arts, or maybe I want to go ahead and roll all of that up together and select all here. And then from there, I can choose, do I want to look at school or do I want to look at class? This is where the report will in fact differ for teachers who don't have this school option. Makes sense, right? Instead, your classroom teachers are going to be able to see their one class they might have, or if they have multiple classes, then they can choose from that list. Do they want to export all or perhaps just one at a time? I'm going to go ahead and leave it on this school option right now as an administrator. And then I'm going to go ahead and do I want to select all my schools or select a specific school? I'm going to go ahead and select Barbara Miller here, and then I'm going to choose my grade level that I want to see. Now, before I go ahead and generate my report, please notice that there are 2 options here. I can view report, which is going to generate a PDF, or I can download a CSV file. It's going to allow me to filter my data, sort it, do whatever I want to be able to do in a program like Excel. I'm going to go ahead and select View Report. When I do that, I've already got one here. I can see this is what my report is actually going to look like. Let's go through some of the data that you see here. So again, at the top, I've got the details based on the previous selections that I made. Now let's go ahead and drill into what this report is actually giving you. I've got my students here along the left, the grade level that those students are in, and now we get to dig into some of that usage data. Call out a couple of key areas. So I've got my time on task in the learning path. Perhaps I've set the expectation that students should be working maybe 20 minutes a week per subject. I can check in to see which students are hitting that threshold that I have set. Again, I pulled this report for 3 weeks, so with some quick math, I can get a sense of how students are spending their time weekly, if that's the goal I've set for my kids. Beyond that, I can see the number of activities that they have actually completed, because it's not enough just to see how much time students are spending, but in fact, where are they spending their time? Are they making that time count? So that's where I might look at how many activities are they getting done when they're actually in the learning path. I can see here I do have a couple of students who haven't done anything. This is a quick report that's going to tell me I need to flag those kids. I need to get with them. I need to figure out why perhaps they aren't using the program in the way that I expect. From there, beyond activities done, we know that that kind of builds into the number of skills assessed on the progress check, right? The activities are associated with skills. When students complete their set of 4 skills, they get to that progress check. So here I can say how many skills were assessed on those progress checks, how many were mastered, how many weren't mastered. This is another really good indication of our students spending their time wisely. Are they making the critical gains in the program that I expect to see them make? And then, of course, you have a total time and system here in your final column here. It's going to give you a sense of time that students are either spending idle or maybe spending in other areas, checking in on their progress, looking at their challenges and trophies, taking an assessment, those sorts of things. If I scroll down here to the very bottom, I also have some totals. So if I wanted to set some class goals for my students about how many skills they're mastering, how much time they're spending in the program, I can use this particular report to determine some of those things. Back up to the top here to wrap us up. It's clear now after going through all of these pieces that a quick investigation of this report, particularly as it compares to some of the other growth data that you're getting in the program, you're able to see and confirm how students are spending their time in ExactPath. And is that time moving the needle for kids? As an administrator, it can help me monitor which schools are using the program with fidelity, help me answer, am I getting the most out of my subscription? As a classroom teacher, it can help me determine which students are logging in and spending their time wisely, whether they are in the classroom or perhaps at home. For both groups, it's one more critical data point in measuring student success. That concludes this short tour of the Learning Path Progress Report.